Hello, my collective singles. Elsie here to do a reading for you. Thought I'd show up with some energy for the weekend for you. I hope you're well, singles. Thank you so much for clicking here. I am just going to use tarot. We're going to find out what's going on for you. Please be aware that this, when I do this reading, it doesn't mean that everything I'm talking about is supposed to be happening now or even around the corner. It could be today, tomorrow, or next year. But this is a singles reading, and so no matter what your sign is, I will be doing this reading. I'll call out the signs and symbols so you know what's going on. Let's find out what's going on for the singles, please, for the weekend. Whatever weekend that is, it could be this one, could be next one after that. Tell me about singles. We've got the 9 of Pentacles energy. Definitely someone who's single, right? Someone who's built something all by themselves. We've got Temperance energy. You've been really patient with whatever it is that you're building. Look, it could be your self-confidence. It could be your confidence. It could be money. Maybe you're growing in your career, right? The 9 of Pentacles is about building wealth, right? We do have 6 pentacles on one side of this person and 3 pentacles on the other. Maybe you're building friendships. Maybe you're learning about reciprocal energy and how to exchange energy with people. I feel like this Temperance energy is telling me here that you've been in a process of you healing your finances, or maybe it's time for you to this is a time for you. It's like acceptance is what I'm getting from Temperance, that you've been patient. There is acceptance that you need to wait for things to come in at the right time, right? We've got Temperance that is going back and forth with the water and fire, waiting for the right moment, the moment of alchemy when everything is going to be perfect. So we've got Sagittarius energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Tell me more about the singles. We've got the World card. So the World card is about closing a door. It's about accomplishing that. I'm going to say the World card, we go from the Fool, right, where you don't really know anything and you learn all those lessons in between. We get to the end of this cycle or this chapter of your life. It's like something is changing here. You've alchemized something. You've become the alchemist. And so something here is changing. You've healed something, or you've realize that in order to get what you want, you've got to be really patient. And so I feel like somebody here is in sort of a moment of realization, and it feels like you've accomplished something or hit some sort of a milestone, and now you're able to close the door because you don't really care when it arrives as long as it does. You really just are focused on yourself, on whatever it is that you're building, whether that's self-mastery or you're building a business, or just showing up really well in your career possibly. It could be the building of anything that you've done on your own. You haven't had any help. And I feel like in this process, you've learned, that the pentacles are really about taking care of everything, not just money. It's about taking care of your body on the inside, on the outside. It's about planting your own garden, not waiting for someone to bring you flowers. It's about building something on your own. So I feel like somebody here has finally stepped into this Temperance energy where it'll show up when it does. This is what it feels like here. And I feel like it is about to show up because I feel like this is what you needed to learn before you could close some sort of a chapter here. We do have the 7 of Wands, but it was a hard cycle. It feels like every step of the way you were very defensive about it. People were always giving you unsolicited advice about how you could become unsingle. Like, there's always those friends who have a steady relationship or been married for a while, and they're looking at you as the odd one out. But I feel like you've been so focused on you and really repairing the self, getting really sturdy and stable and knowing you can do it on your own. That's really the best time to find a relationship or allow a relationship to find you. I feel like people have been giving you their unsolicited advice, and it's the wrong kind of attention, I want to say. The 7 of Wands is telling me that you become quite defensive about it. What they don't realize is that you've become okay with waiting for what you want, because what you want is what you are, right? You've worked really hard on yourself here. You've built yourself from the ground up alone. And so you're looking for someone who's going to match that energy. I'm sure that you have a list of people in your DMs that would be at your place in a snap of a finger, feminine or masculine, but I feel like you're ready to wait for it rather than chasing something that is not going to be yours. But nonetheless, I still feel like you're trying to take the higher ground with the friends and family who are like, well, where's the long-term relationship? So it could be family that you're feeling really defensive about, that they're kind of giving you the unsolicited advice. It's married people, it's people who are in long-term situations here, when maybe somebody here wants to build their wealth first. Maybe you're just very focused on your wealth or on your 10 Pentacles, making bringing longevity to your pentacle world, longevity to maybe you want to buy a house, or maybe you want to buy a car, or maybe you want to get a house paid off, or it feels like somebody here is trying to create long-term stability here. But I think that you've been doing that for a while, maybe even 10 years for some of you, 9 or 10 years, and it feels like that cycle is about to close. That chapter of your life is about to close, and then you'll be able to invite in something else that isn't going to take up all the rest of the time. There it is. You'll be able to invite in love at this point. So I do feel like it's always been there. I feel like the cup has always been offered to you, but I really do feel, collective, that you have been really focused on you, that you know that in order to not depend on anybody or not to be codependent with anybody, you got to be self-sufficient. And so I feel that you've been a person who's been working on being self-sufficient, on building the self, on self-mastery, it feels like here. We do have the Ace of Cups here, and it does feel like there is going to be love that is going to be entering into your life, long-term love, but after you close this chapter here. So the energies we have here are Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. We do have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We do have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. Tell me about this temperance energy, please. Because I feel like there's a moment of alchemy is about to show up for you. And when I say a moment of alchemy, it's like the moment of alchemy is the perfect moment when one thing can happen and it can never be at any other time. It's like when a woman gets pregnant, right? Everything has to be perfect in the body, the perfect time, the perfect temperature. Everything has to be perfect in order to be able to conceive. And I feel like for some of you, it could be conception, but I think it's a conception of a new life or an idea or something that is going to give you great balance or healing. And so I feel like you are waiting for the perfect moment for something to arrive. Tell me about temperance. There's going to be a shift in your energy here where you're going to stop focusing so much on you and your pentacle life, and your shift is going to go towards the Ace of Cups, I feel. We've got the Five of Wands. So I feel like, yes, you've been holding back, and it feels like you're not interested in being in competition. You've been holding back and maybe beating yourself up just a little bit, because I feel like the people in your family, the people that you feel defensive with, that they are the people who are trying to make you feel less than because you don't have a partner. But, you know, all of us who are single, we know that that's not the truth. Some of us choose it, right? We do have the Lovers here. So you've been holding back from love, holding back from, like, I don't think you're going out and being on the apps. I don't think you're going out and being social. I feel like you were very focused on your pentacle world, but I think that all is about to change. Yeah, we do have the Queen of Wands. So it does feel like, the thing is, you know what I think? It feels like whoever you are, whether you're a feminine or a masculine, I feel like you've done so much work on yourself that when you get out there, you're going to be so delicious that you're going to be like hitting them with a stick. Like, you're going to be like, they're going to be showing up in droves is what it feels like. It feels like with the Queen of Wands that you're going to be showing up as independent, fiery, sexy, beautiful, someone who's really looks great from head to toe, somebody who's really been in a growth spurt, and somebody who is like looking at life with, look, I don't need you. You can show up here if you want, but I don't need you. And I don't think you're doing it in any sort of mean or nefarious way. I think that you're just doing it out of confidence, because the Queen of Wands is quite confident, and the Queen of Wands knows what they want, and they'll go after that thing. And if I don't want it, then I don't need it, right? We've got the Seven of Cups here. Seven of Cups and the Fool. So the confusion, or maybe it's a little bit of overwhelm, that when I open the door, everybody shows up. Like, that's what it feels like here. Tell me what happens after the chapter of the self-improvement or the self-love closes here. Of course, we should always do self-love, right? But I feel like you've really built yourself up here, like quite a glow-up energy with the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles in the pre-Empress energy, right? whether you are feminine or masculine. We do have the Six of Pentacles. Everyone wants to give to you. It's like you're never going to have to ask anyone to give to you. Once you complete this transformation here, the Six of Pentacles is here, and now everyone is showing up to give to you. Whereas I think that other people were trying to take from you before, now you're the Queen of Wands. Now you're like, nah, brah, I'm not giving you anything if you're not giving me something first. Like, I feel like you know your worth, right? You're standing in your power, right? Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, you know your worth, and now you're not taking second best. Maybe the people who were passing over you before, like, it almost feels like you're going to be showing up, and the people who passed over you before, or who ignored you before, or who pushed you to the outside looking in, I feel like those people are going to be the ones that are like, shit, I should have paid attention. I should have paid attention to the collective, right? So we've got Gemini energy here. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy here as well. Aries is here. It does feel like that it took you a long time to get here, but I feel like you were about to step through to a new chapter here after this old door closes, a new door opens, and I feel like it's a place where you're going to have to learn how to receive. Now, if you're somebody who's used to being the overgiver, because the Queen of Wands can be that sometimes, if you're the person who's used to being the overgiver, I feel like you're going to be stepping into a chapter in your life, collective, where you're going to have to learn how to receive and just say thank you, rather than trying to overgive to people in order to make them like you, because you're no longer a people pleaser. Now you just don't need people. Now that's why they're so attracted to your energy, because you're coming out sort of badassery like the Queen of Wands. Like, I have everything I need. I don't need anything. And that's what's going to make people charge at you. We've got the High Priestess energy. It's almost making me feel like you are the person who is sitting down in the social situation and just watching everyone interact with the other person. It feels like you're quietly within. It's a quiet sort of confidence that you have. You could have Piscean energy possibly, but it feels like as you pass through from the old chapter to the new chapter, it feels like you have this psychic ability about you, or this calm, that you are comfortable within yourself, being quiet in a group of people, watching and observing, and that you don't necessarily have to be the one that's out there like the butterfly amongst all the people. I feel like you're somebody who's now very comfortable and confident in your energy, and I feel that's why people are drawn to you. I think that you show up as maybe a little mysterious, a little bit quiet, and they kind of want to know who you are, because you're emitting this energy of the independence and wisdom of the Queen of Wands, right? And this air about you that, yeah, I'm open to a relationship, but I've also got my ducks in a row, and I know what I want. And I feel like you're waiting for whatever it is that you want to show up. You're waiting possibly for the King of Pentacles. I mean, this is the one that's ready to settle down. So you're not playing, collective. You're not playing. You're the one who's looking for someone who's going to be a one-woman man, a one-man woman. You're looking for someone who is looking for one person, not someone who's going to play. And the King of Pentacles doesn't play. This is somebody who is also self-made, someone who built themselves to here, someone who's moving slowly, who is very dependable, a dependable friend. This is somebody who's quite serious and is very much a teacher of life, because this person has gone through a lot of stages in their life, just like you have, right? Going from the Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles is a long journey, right? And so it's a journey of learning, and learning how to get your stability, and learning how to work hard, and learning how to be analytical. And the King of Pentacles is the person who mirrors you the best, I feel. The King of Pentacles is the one who's ready to settle down, who also plants their own garden and eats from their own garden. They take care of their body. They are somebody who is a teacher of these things, someone who's a master of their domain. This person could be someone who is maybe a bank manager, or someone who's very good with moving money around. Maybe they help other people invest money. Maybe they're an investor, or an accountant, or an actuary. Somebody who is moving very slow but is very bright, very highly intelligent, very excitable. They're a lot of fun, but they are somebody who's going to present as sort of maybe aloof, maybe a little bit detached, right? This is Taurus energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who's not going to show all of this on the surface. But I feel like you are going to have a breakthrough with the King of Pentacles, is what it feels like. That you're going to see there's going to be a spotlight over the head of the King of Pentacles. You're not going to be able to miss this energy here. We do have the Seven of Swords. And so where nobody else can see it, where it's concealed from everybody else, the two energies that match each other, right? The kings and the queens. I'm not talking about pages, right? I'm talking about the kings and the queens. They can see each other. You know how much you've been through, right? The Queen of Wands is somebody who's been through a life that has been really hard, filled with hardship, filled with a lot of stuff I had to do by myself and figure out by myself. But the Sun energy is the breakthrough. And it's the spotlight on someone else who is also growing personally, professionally, spiritually. You know, they could be someone with a Leo placement, possibly a Leo rising placement, which would make them very sociable with Sagittarius. Gosh, y'all, I don't know if you've experienced Sagittarius and Leo together, but it is like combustion. These two people will animate each other like crazy. I'm a Sag rising. My son is a Leo sun. Oh my gosh, we laugh so hard sometimes we're running for the bathroom. I'm telling you. It's a really, really good match. Someone who's sturdy and stable, but also someone who knows how to have fun. Someone who is growing their pentacles, growing their wealth, growing their finances. But I feel like it makes everyone else blind. Like no one else can see this person. No one else can see them. They're under the surface. Tell me about this Ace of Cups here for the collective, please. We've got the King of Wands, we've got the Hanged Man energy, and we've got the Four of Swords. So I feel like it is, whoever you are, whether you're feminine or masculine, it is the masculine leaning energy, is the one who is going to be the pursuer. So if you are the feminine energy, I feel like you are the one being pursued. If you are the masculine leaning energy, you are the one who likes to do the pursuing. We do have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. We have the King and the King. I feel like the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands are the same energy. As I was getting from this Sun energy here, I feel like this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy probably also has fire in the moon or the rising, something like that. I feel like this person's going to take their shot. We do have the Seven of Wands and the Eight. I feel like this person, maybe you might be a little bit defensive with them at first, but I feel like after getting a different perspective, this is going to be a different kind of relationship, something that moves really slowly, but is a lot of fun. It feels like this person doesn't need to be in your back pocket. This isn't somebody who's going to text you every day or need to speak to you every day even. This is someone who's going to be collectively talking with you intermittently. This is someone who will maybe talk to you one day and not one day. This isn't someone you're going to be spending every waking second with, because that would be codependent. We do have the Hanged Man energy here, which tells me you have a different perspective or a different outlook on what love is about, on what the beginning of love is like. Instead of allowing the love bomber, whether you're feminine or masculine, there are feminine love bombers as well, you're no longer going to put up with the love bomber, because when this person steps up, they're someone who is very slow moving. They're very practical, very analytical, somebody who's quite smart in the way that they move, but they also are a lot of fun. So I feel like this person is not codependent. I feel like this person is somebody who is going to come in and give you a new perspective about what love looks like at the top level of kings and queens, not at the pages of the knights. Tell me what the outcome is for the collective, please. So Pisces, Leo energy here as well. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. More Pisces energy. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Yeah. Tell me about the outcome, please, for the collective. We've got the Three of Cups, we've got the Five of Pentacles, and we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So I want to say with the Three of Cups, it tells me you're going to meet this person out at a social event. So they are somebody who I feel like you'll be out with friends wherever the social event is, and it feels like this person might feel a little bit detached for you, a little bit aloof, that maybe they don't come over to you right away because they're not a love bomber. I feel like this person is going to be very strategic with the way that they move, very analytical, and very slow moving. They're someone who likes to build things pentacle by pentacle. They're not someone who just jumps in. They know fire burns out. And I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is telling me that they're doing this, it's Virgo energy, right? It's like going over the details. I'm going to analyze things. Maybe we'll have a conversation first. And they might feel disinterested to you. They might feel like they're disinterested in you, but I feel like they're just sort of sizing up their manifestation, because I feel like they've manifested someone like you, someone who's self-made, someone who's beautiful or handsome, someone who matches their energy, someone who they're immediately attracted to. I feel like this person has been manifesting you, and I feel like they are your manifestation. We have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Empress, and we have the Six of Cups. So it's almost like you feel like you've known each other before. The Judgment card is here, which tells me that someone is willing to take a very different path in life than they've taken before. But they feel like they've known you from somewhere. They immediately see your worth. Immediately. So someone is going to make a quick decision about you, blind decision, I feel, to take their shot. Eight of Wands. They are going to take their shot at you here, but then after that, they're going to move slow. So I feel like when you meet this person at first, it's going to feel like you two have such a great connection, and you're talking. Don't be surprised if you don't hear from them for 4 days. To me, that's days. For some of you, 7 days. You might not hear from them right away because they're going over the details and analyzing the situation. Are you the one for them? Is this what I want to get into, right? Are you going to accept their invitation? They see your worth. Like when somebody's dealing with the Empress, they're not just going to jump on the Empress. The Empress is the one who's waiting for what shows up, right? The Empress is not in need of anything, not in need of the King of Wands, not in need of the King of Pentacles. You've built your own wealth, right? You're beautiful. You're handsome. People are coming at you, and you've got your choice as to who. People are fighting for your attention. There's competition for the Empress, right? Competition for the Lovers and the Queen of Wands, because there's so much, like you're in the most attractive energy collective that you've been in a while, and you're calling everything in at once. So I feel like you're in this energy of being silent, waiting for the door to open, waiting for someone to pursue you, or if you're the masculine, being very analytical about the situation and looking things over, not jumping in right away, knowing that this person fits the bill. Maybe they fit everything that's on your list. I feel like you two have been manifesting each other, and this person feels like they've known you forever. And so don't be surprised if you don't hear from them for 4 or 7 days, because they're digesting is what's going on. So there might be a little bit of a lull once you meet them in the social group, and then they'll probably come back and speak with you a few days later. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thanks, singles, for lining up here to watch. I appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back. Take care. Bye-bye.